Why are you in 3-4?
I have no idea.
Dude,
So I'm trying
he
to
looks
figure
like
out.
this. He looks like the skate videos me and my brother used to shoot back in the day when we first learned how to skate in 2003.
Like my whole shebang here is like all messed up now. There we
Oh,
go.
there you go.
There we go.
Okay.
He's got it working.
Now it's a zoomed in 4:3.
Oh, that looks much better.
He's getting it there.
The whole time I was like, you were talking, I couldn't help but think like he's gonna disappear in a second.
Again.
Like
Somebody broke into his house to kidnap.
yeah.
Where are you hiding the fentanyl, Florida man?
Hey, I'm the one Florida man
Handed
without
over.
those. I don't need
Yeah.
that for my Florida powers.
He has bear fighting abilities as
Yeah.
Florida man's powers. All right.
Get out of here, bear.
We eat a pub sub and we're good to go.
Get on out of here, Bill.
Yeah.
Get on out.
Yeah.
No, wait,
you
that's-
go
That's,
get.
that's
I
more
do have a-
Cajun in Florida, I guess.
I do have a dodgeball now too, by the way.
Dude, if you get a fucking if you get a clip of you going outside, taking that fucking dodgeball, creaming the bear, and it runs away, goddamn.
You need to give it to us too, so we can put it up on the.
That'll be like we'll put that on reels like daily.
we need to check the wildlife
Can
animal
we do
wall
that?
first.
Can we put your bear videos on reels on Facebook or something? Just
Dude, I'm down for it, yeah.
We need to do that a few times, and then when we do the trial, we need to have the bear show up, and
Somebody
we need
like
to have
in a costume.
and then like literally have a montage of James out there like
Dodgeball with the bear.
hello and welcome back to the Centerway Society. Probably the shortest episode we'll ever have because
Yay!
nobody likes my movie.
That's
so
not true. We just didn't watch it.
No, I started watching it and I didn't like it.
He
so
did
I
half of it.
stopped.
I did none.
all right. So I'm joined by James, Jordan, and Rob, the Podfather.
Welcome to my neighborhood.
Yeah,
Welcome
the
to my
suavest
neighborhood.
man in this group.
This is just so stupid comfortable that I have to do this from now on. I can't not do this anymore.
I think it's great.
You look so much more relaxed.
I am more relaxed,
He
but then we start
is.
talking about terrible movies, and I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, fuck. You know,
No.
no, I'll just wind up
I don't
taking
even
it out.
remember us bringing up a terrible movie. That's odd. When did that happen?
Yeah, let's talk about Escape
It
from New
usually
York,
happens
right?
before we start recording anything.
All
No,
right.
honestly-
we need a B
honestly,
movie
at
episode.
least we get Back to the Future next week. So I like Back to the Future.
Spoiler?
Oh, I thought we already talked about that. My bad.
No, I think
I don't think we
you're
talked
right.
about it on the podcast.
Oh, I can always edit this part out. I probably won't, but you know. I can.
Yeah, you won't.
No, I won't.
All right.
Anyways.
So I've got two theories, and they're kind of bigger theories. So I was kind of hoping we could discuss them out a little bit. And I don't know how that's gonna go because I have no idea if you've seen any of these movies before.
Probably not.
So-
No.
So my first one, I thought this one was actually really interesting, and it was posted by a person named Fooglet 8 years ago on Reddit. It's the theory: what if The Thing, They Live, and Escape from New York all happen in the same timeline?
Kind of like how we talk about like the Pennywise being like the main villain for like all of Stephen King's films and books and stuff like that.
I still think that's real, by the way.
I do too. I really need it to be a thing, but similar concept that the
And-
thing is actually this entity throughout.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So
Can you explain for those who have not seen The Thing? Can you explain?
have you
what
not seen The
exact-
Thing?
No, I have
So,
not.
so I'm about
I've
to
at least
really
seen
make him
that.
mad. I've only seen 2 John Carpenter movies, and it would be Big Trouble in Little China
And
Fantastic.
Halloween.
Elvis.
You
haven't seen
even
Halloween?
I've seen most of Halloween, but not all of it.
Like I understand Rob. Rob's afraid of horror movies, but you?
No,
Yeah.
like it's been most of it. Like it's when I could catch it on TV most of the time.
Okay.
Fair.
Anyway, so Rob, the
Yes.
thing is about a archaeological team like up in Antarctica,
Yeah.
and it starts off with this Norwegian these two Norwegian guys chasing down a Siberian husky, and it's running towards this base. They're screaming stuff in Norwegian, and they don't understand them and stuff, but they're throwing grenades and they're shooting at this dog, and they end up having to put him down because they're acting crazy, right? But they take in the dog, and obviously they have some more huskies, and they put them in there. Turns out that the dog was an alien creature who can take other people's appearance.
Shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter. Yeah. And it slowly starts taking over different members of the group, and it becomes this this kind of battle of like, you're not acting normal, like
Yeah.
you're probably the thing, and then mass hysteria, and like, people start turning on each other, and
Kind of like the scroll thing, with people being like, "Oh, Nick," and he's like, "No one calls me Nick. I'm Fury."
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or for
so
Gen Z, it's Among Us.
There you go.
god damn it, James.
How can
Among
you
Us
be so,
basically
how
is
can you
the
be
game.
so right, but also we hate what you said?
I know, right? Yeah.
Okay, so how would all three of these movies exist in the same universe?
Okay, so the second one, They Live. I'm guessing you have not seen that one as well.
Nope.
I've seen a lot of it because it's Roddy Piper.
Okay, Rowdy Piper,
Rowdy Piper.
Rowdy Piper, right? He is like a day laborer in that movie, if I remember right.
Is this the bubblegum movie?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the one where he puts on the glasses and he sees he says, "I'm here to cast and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum."
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I
The
remember
boba-
that line. I know that line.
I just love how Rob was like, there's that iconic line, but he's like, the bubblegum movie?
Yeah. It's also where we get the clothing brand Obey.
Yep.
That
Oh.
comes directly from that. Yeah, he gets a pair of glasses and he's able to see the aliens that exist in the world that are pretending to be human, and subliminal messages everywhere. Like all the ads that we see everywhere actually say obey, conform, and stuff like that, instead of like I don't know, fucking
Oh, okay.
Camel cigarettes and shit,
Okay.
Which
Anyway.
isn't it crazy? Because like even like the Obey stuff now is like more rounded around Andre the Giant instead of Roddy Piper. Like
Sure.
I've seen a lot of the Obey things, but it's like it's Andre's face.
Is it really
Yeah.
weird?
That is
Huh.
weird.
That is very weird.
Okay. Well, continue.
Okay, so anyway, getting back to the theory, it's saying that they all line up, right? It's saying it starts off with the thing. It's its own sentient creature. It was a biological experiment created by the aliens from They Live. They end up taking over the planet, but originally sent the creature to Earth around the dawn of human civilization. So within that movie, it's there, but it was like frozen under the ice, and that
Mhm.
Norwegian team
It was Captain
uncovered
America.
it.
Okay.
Right. And then it starts taking over at that point. So
Also,
something
just real quick, because I don't know if Rob knows this or not, but and if I remember correctly, the Thing 2, the very end leads into the Thing 1.
Yeah, that's a prequel.
So yeah, the Thing 2 is a prequel to Thing 1, the original of the Thing. Just so you know. Like those movies are 100% connected already, but this is how the universe is connected.
Okay. Yeah, so the theory is stating that basically the aliens from They Live sent that creature to Earth and then assumed that it failed because it never accomplished its task, right? It got frozen under the ice.
Yeah.
Right, so they ended up continuing with their plan and They Live. So once Nada destroys the alien mind control device, humanity revolts against the aliens, ultimately winning. The cost of the victory is immense. However, much of the planet becomes a wasteland. Crime runs rampant without the aliens keeping humans docile, causing a new strict government to be formed and crack down on these issues and reform humanity, which leads us into Escape from New York, right? In
Okay.
the alternate 1997, when the film was set, the government has needed to take more and more extreme measures in order to keep criminals in check, leading to the city of New York being turned into a maximum security prison. Rebels shoot down the president, leading to the events of Escape from New York.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
So run this back one more time. It's supposed to be the thing, then it in the actual timeline.
Mhm.
Is the thing, then they live, then or does they live supposed to be before the thing?
It's supposed to be the thing takes place.
Okay.
The aliens had sent like a first attempt at taking over
No,
humanity.
I'm just trying to confirm the timeline
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing was first, then they live, then Escape from New York.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, as chronologically speaking, I mean, accurate because They Live came out in 1988, and I'm assuming that's when the movie is supposed to take place. The Thing was released in 1982, and then Escape from New York is supposed to be in 1997.
Right.
So chronologically speaking, I mean, it makes sense.
Pretty sound.
I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of like writers and directors do that, but will sometimes just not like comment on the fluidity of their timelines for things, but they're writing it based off like, oh, it'd be really cool if I did this and it was like kind of like a follow up to this, but like I don't want to make it a follow up of it.
Hmm.
And I feel like John Carpenter would do something like that too.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that what
absolutely.
Tarantino's been doing for like the longest time too?
He has. Man, we need to do a Tarantino episode.
Tarantino, not a Torrentino. There's no Torrentino director that the Centerway Society recognizes.
We'll get there eventually.
Tarantino, whatever.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a lot of movies I have to watch for that.
It's Quentin Tostino's.
Yeah.
It's the guy who did
Tostino's
Once Upon
Pizza
a Time in
Rolls.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite film that he's done, actually.
Yeah.
Django Unchained. Such a great
Was
movie.
fantastic.
That was good.
That was a fantastic movie.
Hey,
I feel
I
like
gotta-
Reservoir
I love
Dogs is my
Christoph
personal
Waltz.
favorite. Personal.
Reservoir Dogs is a good movie.
He's done a lot of great movies. I mean, you can't go without saying From Dusk to Dawn because that's just a classic. Just a classic.
Jackie
But there's so many movies that man has done that are just like indie masterpieces with like originally cult followings, but it got bigger than that. But here's the thing that I'm sad about for the future of like producing movies. You're not going to get films like that in the future. You're really not. It's almost impossible to do a film like that these days. From not from a Quentin Tarantino, but from like a new person that's trying to break into the scene.
Don't you
see
feel
that
like
happening.
like writer slash directors like influence each other and it like continues going? Because like kind of wrapping it all back together, Robert Rodriguez got
Robert Rodriguez, yep.
he got primarily his entire drive for making movies from
Quentin Tarantino
from John Carpenter.
or from John Carpenter.
Doing the low budget film, doing the scores to all his own films, and writing it. Like that shaped his entire career.
Yeah, but my fear, and I don't want it to be the thing that happens, but my fear is like with the way budgeting, marketing stuff happens now, and then the weird like area we're in where movie theaters are kind of making a comeback, but it's only for like 2 movies a year. It's just harder for a movie that has the low budget and all that needs to make a certain amount to actually live up to something nowadays. It's sad, man.
I feel like there's going to be a renaissance, man.
I really
We're
hope
in
so.
this kind of bubble of it has to be big or it doesn't do well.
Mhm.
I think we're going to get the $15-20 million movie again.
I
soon.
hope so. Honestly, like I'm kind of tired of CGI. It's
Right?
starting to get bad.
I hope this happens just so Jordan can stop talking about it.
I want it to happen so I can stop talking about it. I want to see good indie films, and I'm just not seeing them.
Well,
I also, you know what? I also want to fucking make a good return. The fucking horror series, the horror franchise, because it's like I just went and saw Talk to Me with my wife for our anniversary, and that was the most garbage movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
what is I mean, we're getting way off topic, but what
We
is
are.
Talk to Me?
It's
Like,
a
Grab a demon hand.
yeah, it's like
yeah.
it's whatever some hand they grab and they say talk to me, and then they see a spirit, and it's a different spirit each time. It's supposed to be at least.
I mean, there's it every single time last probably like 3 or 4 movies I went and saw have all had like predominantly horror or suspense movies for the trailers. I mean, The Last Voyage of the Demeter which just came
sorry. I may not have clarified what I was saying. Good horror movies.
Have you watched it yet? Have you watched it yet?
To be fair, I haven't watched it yet. But
so let's shit on it, please.
This is one of the few movies that the audience and Rotten Tomatoes agrees that it's bad. And you don't usually see that both.
He's got a point, man.
It's usually
Rotten
one or the
Tomatoes
other.
says the Meg 2 was bad and it was awesome.
Don't fucking lie to us, Rob.
Now, is it awesome in a it's pretty awful way?
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, well maybe it's just bad.
It's the rubber. It's like a rubber. Yeah,
it's so good. It's so bad. It's good.
Exactly. No one
I'm
watches
telling
it.
y'all, we need to do an episode like that.
Anyway, let's get off of
Don't
this.
we do
Let's
that
get
every week?
We
Like,
do.
It's so awful. It's good.
Yeah.
Like
let's
I'm
just
talking
do
like just movies like that.
God.
Let's do a second episode a week where we just talk about one movie that's so bad it's good.
Let's do. Yeah. We should just fucking watch a movie, review it, and then the fucking segment should be called "It's So Bad It's Good."
I like it. Let's do that.
Dustin, good job.
You created a new show. Good job, Dustin.
Did. Hey, live on air.
It's that Michael Scott meme where they're raising his hand like you did a good job, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck I did.
Or wait, was that James that came up with that idea?
Did he?
No,
I don't know.
Dustin
we'll have to go back to the replay.
Dustin said it's so bad it's good, and then you were like, we should do a show, and like he was like, we should discuss it, and then you're like, we should do a show run, and I'm like, guys, we have the fucking name, we have all the evidence, we need it was a team effort.
Team effort. Good job, guys. Centerman Society.
Good job, James.
Good job, team.
Woo-hoo. Good job, Rob.
I'm proud of all of you.
Everybody pat yourself on the back.
Anyway, John Carpenter.
Hey, I got a fun fact.
Are we talking about it? What?
Yeah, so it's an Escape from New York fun fact, and it's actually been brought up by a past subject that we've had.
Oh, really?
It was brought. Yeah, Kevin Smith is the one who told. Or so I listened to a lot of the podcasts and stuff, and I want to say it was on Jay and Silent Bob Get Old.
Okay.
But he's talking to Jay about meeting Neil Gaiman. And he's like, I just wanted to sound smart. So I was like, hey, Australia being a prison colony. Whoa. So, and he's like, America was that way too. He's like, America was like Escape from New York. England used to take like their prisoners, and they would either take them to Australia or they just bring them over to like the new colonies and drop them off here.
Well, that would explain
the
American people, I guess.
That explains Florida.
That is Florida. That is also an amazing fucking segue into
what he's
my next and last theory. Because I only have two.
So this episode should be pretty quick.
Yeah, it really is. Okay. Mad Max and Escape from New York happen in the same timeline.
So basically you have timeline theories for this episode.
There's not a lot of theories for this. I didn't realize this when I picked. I didn't realize this.
I bet there are more theories for what's that movie that we were going to do? Edge of Tomorrow?
There can't possibly be more theories. Like it's a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, but it's a travel. It's a time
travel movie.
Time loop. Right? Yeah.
So you're saying there would be timeline theories in that one too?
No, well, time loop theories.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly there. I mean, there could be a whole theory on why we didn't do it. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so this theory states, wait, have y'all even seen Mad Max Road Warrior? Any of those? I know, Jordan, you hate it with a passion, but like, have you seen it?
Which one is that? Is that the newer one?
Any of them? Like, I don't know.
I saw the newer one.
I think Fury Road is the newer one, right?
I saw that one.
You have not seen Road Warrior?
I don't think so. I've seen whatever the newer one that was released out like modern day.
Yes. Rob, James, you seen it?
No.
Okay.
Sure.
So, all right. Okay. So the original
Dustin's like, why do I watch the weird indie films and no one else?
It's not a weird indie film.
I know. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with
you. Anyway. Okay. So the original one is almost kind of like a revenge film, right? And things are almost relatively normal. So Mel Gibson's character is one of the last police officers in the area, and this is taking place right after a huge oil crisis has happened, right? And there's gangs all over the place, and eventually his wife and child are murdered, right, by this gang.
Right.
They hunt him down to kill him. and he goes on a revenge quest and he murders the fuck out of him. Right? It's actually where that scene from Saw comes from, where the dude's got his leg handcuffed to the toilet, throws him a saw
Nice.
and stuff.
Okay.
That came from that.
Great,
Yeah.
great movie franchise.
Anyway, the second one, things have gotten exponentially worse. Like there are these groups and compounds, and there's like cannibals, and just it's so much different, right? Society exists in the first one, it doesn't in the second one. So the idea is that Escape from New York happens in between the two films.
Like it's the like Mad Max, whichever one you're talking about, Road Warriors is the
Right.
beginning. Escape from New York is happening right after, and then that's when like you see Fury Road, where there's like no civilization at all.
Right. So the plot of Escape from New York, because I know most people in here have either not watched it or only watched half of it. The president, Air Force One is taken over. The president escapes from the plane and lands in New York City, and the Duke of New York captures him and tries to ransom him to get out of the prison colony. Right.
Okay. Right.
And Snake, who is a World War III veteran, is captured and tasked with going into New York City and rescuing the president. They put a bomb in his neck and they give him 24 hours, which is actually 22 hours, to go in and save the president before his head explodes. And the reason why they need him back in such a short time frame is because the president has a cassette tape, oddly enough, that has scientists he has the secret behind nuclear fusion. It'll basically solve the world's energy crisis that they're having at the moment.
Right.
And he's supposed to appear at a peace conference with all the world leaders. And they need the president back ASAP, right? He goes in, a lot of people die saving the president, and Pliskin shows up and he's handing him back the tape and he's like, I want to ask you, like, what about all the people that died? And he's like, they served their country. You know, they did a good job. And he's not even really paying attention to him. And Snake's like, all right. Walks away, rips up the fucking tape, and it handed him a fake one. So the idea is that when he puts it on and it's that weird like 50s song that's playing, and they're like, what the fuck happened? And the movie's rolling, you know, to credits and stuff. He fucked up the world in that moment.
And that
And
one
things
moment.
go to hell. And Mad Max is the sequel.
That would be cool.
All right.
Not bad, right?
That would make
okay
Mad
with
Max better.
All right.
You fixed Mad Max. Thank you.
Good job, Dustin.
You're welcome,
You know, I
Jordan.
really should have watched this before, especially after you told me that like that Snake is the one derived from like Metal Gear Solid and stuff.
It has to be, dude. Eye Patch, his name's Snake Plissken. I want to say in Sons of Liberty, he actually goes by Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
And the first, you know, Escape from New York and Metal Gear Solid 1 almost have the exact same plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bomb instead of Fox
yeah,
Die,
there's
but
a lot
yeah.
of parallels, yeah.
Yeah.
So why was it 22 hours?
Well, he says you have 24 hours.
Like right at
And-
the beginning of the conversation, and then when he actually agrees, it's 22 hours.
Right. He's actually like, we have to do this in 24 hours. It's actually
Yeah.
22 hours and like 15
So he
minutes.
explains
or something.
that 24 hours from that point where he said 24 hours, he has to have the tape to the meeting.
All right. And
Hmm.
if he accomplishes this task, all of his crimes are
He gets a
wiped off the
presidential
table.
pardon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? You think it's possible? It fixed Mad Max?
I think I like that better. I'm gonna go watch Mad Max Road Warrior. Then I'm gonna watch this movie. Then I'm gonna go back and watch Fury Road and still hate it. But I think that would like overall for me fix those movies.
Okay. Sure.
Jordan,
that would
I loved Fury Road, but definitely check out Mad Max. Like Road Warrior was good, but Mad Max was fantastic.
When did that come out?
Shit, I don't remember. It's like 70s,
Oh yeah,
71,
I definitely haven't seen that.
Okay.
something like that.
This was a short episode.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, the only problem was it didn't have any keys
Oh fuck.
until now.
Oh, shit.
No.
Dun, dun,
Did
dun.
you
Stop the episode.
Oh boy!
Did you
Stop the
drop a
episode.
key? Like
Drop
on
a
the-
key.
So-
Drop a key. Drop a key.
so-
Stop it now. Hold on. Hold on.
Dustin straight up.
He's muted. Nah.
He did mute him.
It's nice to be
That's
the host
so
sometimes. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, buddy.
But Dustin said there wasn't many theories out there, so I was listening to him.
You
But at
found
the
them?
same time, I started searching.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
no.
He found a
got
theory.
one.
He may not know what
So-
it means, but he found a theory.
I still, yeah, I'm still kind of digging into it. So it's pretty much that Kurt Russell and these three are like three of the movies that he's been in for John Carpenter
Mm-hmm.
is the same guy. Just changed
What
his
other
names,
what
changed
other
careers.
movie?
So he was
Escape from
in
Los Angeles.
well, no, before that.
Okay.
So he was in
Big
the
Trouble,
Thing,
Little China. Yeah, the thing.
Big Trouble Little China, and then the only one that I would disagree with is he was Elvis in the Elvis movie. But then and then and then he was Snake Plissken. So the theory goes that he was in Big Trouble Little China. He got tired of being on the run all the time, being this truck driver. So he went into hiding, changed his name, and then ended up in the North, where he joined this research team, and that's when the Thing happened. Well, then the issues
Decided
with
to
the Thing
become a helicopter pilot just
decided
for
to become
shits and giggles.
yeah. Then
Well, if he was
comes out of it.
Snake the entire time from Metal Gear Solid, wouldn't you think that he'd already have those skills?
Yeah.
And I'm
Well, then
like
he-
fairly certain he died at the end of the thing.
I was
But
gonna
like,
say,
let's
didn't-
go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hold on. So-
yeah,
So
drop
I
the
got it,
rest
I
of the
got it.
keys.
So
Yeah.
the alien becomes our boy Snake, and then joins World War III, and then ends up becoming Snake Plissken.
So it's like a secret invasion where like Rhodey's been taken and hasn't been Rhodey since Captain America Civil War, huh?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And he's still frozen out there. Just well, yeah, maybe. No,
I mean that
but-
would fix the whole, dying at the end of the movie.
Well, he
thing.
doesn't. You don't see him dead, but the whole point is that he's going to kill himself and the alien.
Yeah.
So nobody can make it back, and they're just freezing to death.
But
like-
what if the alien lives?
They live.
They live.
Have you ever heard the theory about that one?
No.
Don't have time for that.
We don't have time for that. I only gave you like 2.5 theories and counting. Or counting.
Two theories and a key.
Yeah, 2 theories and a key. Come on. It'll just take a second.
Okay.
Basically, at the end of the film, he's been making Molotovs to throw at the thing the whole time, right? And he's got like a whole box full of them. And Childs goes missing towards the end of the film, and you're just supposed to assume he died, right?
Right.
So Kurt Russell's character is the last one alive, and he's just kind of sitting there in the shack, and he's like waiting just to freeze to death. And Childs just kind of shows back up after the alien died, right? Grabs one of the bottles that he, filled with gasoline, basically to throw at the alien, and he just starts drinking it. And he's also not producing any breath. It's like negative like 40 degrees outside.
There should be
he's not,
some
like-
breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's basically drinking gasoline. And they just kind of have this moment where they're just kind of like,
Yeah.
they're not really saying anything to each other. And the general consensus is that the alien lived and they're both like dying. They're just kind of sitting there like,
Fuck.
yeah,
Interesting.
dude, I love me some John Carpenter. Yeah,
I can
Big
tell.
Trouble in Little China was an amazing movie. I will go there.
it was, man. Dude, Rob, you need to watch that one.
I'll give it a shot. One of these
That
days.
one's like insane good though.
And it's funny.
The B movie thing that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that supposed to just be a good movie? Not it's a
Yeah. Hold
it's a
on,
good
hold on.
movie?
Yeah, that's the type of movie we're looking for that segment would be like Rubber,
I'm not saying
Sharknado, those types of movies.
Dude, it's about a truck driver that ends up like sticking around to get his money after a bet and ends up fighting like 3 weather gods and like
and an old
in an
wizard
immortal
man,
like
yeah,
wizard.
who's looking for a green-eyed girl
Yeah.
who turns out to be Kim Cattrall.
Okay, well there we go.
Interesting. Fair
Anyway,
enough.
yeah.
It was so good they even put it in the Ninja Turtles.
It was that good, Rob.
In the 2012 Ninja Turtle series.
Oh,
was
well, he
that
just
good.
Mm,
It was that good.
20, like if you were like, yeah, they put it in the 1990s TMNT.
The 2012
like,
Ninja
it
Turtle
was
series is dang good. I will go there. That's
If
so
you
good.
liked any of our
watches.
past episodes, then we apologize for this one. You can
No,
find us on
this one was fine. I think
I
this is
liked it.
perfectly
I know
fine.
I was making a joke. It
I
was
know.
supposed to be funny. You can
I
find
thought
us
it was
over
funny, Rob.
trying to go into the thing.
Oh, I'm
Can
sorry.
I
Sorry.
go into the
Okay.
thing, please? Thank
You know.
You can find us over on Facebook, facebook.com/Sunderway Society. Give us a like and a follow. Let us know what you think of the show. If you think it's good, if you think it's bad, blah, blah, blah. You can find us on all of our streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, and Amazon Podcasts, and now over on YouTube, where we have actually reached over 100 views for Jurassic Theories. Which
My boys in Bangladesh, I love you.
Which
right over there on the YouTubes.
Our retention rate isn't
all-
great, but people at least have stopped by for a cup of coffee, and
There's a
My
couple
attention
clicks.
rate isn't great. I'm so ADD.
yeah. So, but yeah, you can find us anywhere: YouTube, Amazon Podcasts, Apple, Spotify. Give us a listen. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. We'll be back next week with Jordan leading
BTTF, baby.
with Back to the Future. Honestly, probably one of the best movies to ever come out of the 80s.
Robert Zemeckis, baby.
I am
Bob
excited.
Zemeckis.
Are you talking shit about my movie?
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
All right. Anyways,
Back
we'll
to
see you
the
guys next
Future's
week.
top tier.
It is top tier. Escape from New York was. It was not Kurt Russell's best movie. It's not.
Arguably.
China is.
That is Tombstone. Tombstone
Big
is
Trouble
his
in
best
Little
movie.
China.
Tombstone.
Wait, well,
like
you
never
haven't
convinced me otherwise.
seen Big Trouble in Little China yet.
I have not, but you will never convince me that Tombstone isn't his best movie.
The Thing is his best movie. It's widely considered the best movie ever made.
Have you watched Tombstone?
I have.
Really? Good.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
The Thing is much better.
The best modern Western. I mean, I love that movie.
That's
Yeah,
good.
well, this is all subjective. Everybody has their preferences.
True.
It's fine.
Fucking fight me, Rob. Come on.
I don't know. Have y'all seen Sky High? That was a pretty good Kurt Russell movie.
And we're done. Bye, everyone. See you next week.
See ya.